Hey beautiful people, welcome back. It's me, Rosalie. I am excited about today's video. I usually am excited about pretty much every video, but I'm excited because it's been a minute that I've checked out NF. I've been doing the journey, listening to the music, working my way towards How Could You Leave Us, and I'm going to be checking out Intro 2 today. I've been checking out the different songs, and I'm starting to see the storyline, and I'm excited to check out Intro 2 today. In regards to his, NF is an American rapper, singer, songwriter. He sings, he raps. He's really loved by a lot of people because he's just genuine, really real and raw about what he raps about. And I like that a lot about him too. I've listened to Mansion, Therapy Session. I've checked out several of his different works. And now I want to check out his song Intro 2. So here we go. It's got that similar vibe like Intro 1. That rundown house, mailbox, the caution tape, like an intro. This video has 16 million views. 14 million, sorry.
I'm back, did anyone miss me? They said the second record could be tricky. Well, that's kinda funny, cause I am not tripping. My fans, they know what it is and they with me. Yeah, I ain't the type that's gonna ride with the semi. I came from a town with 3 lights in no city. Out there doing shows for nothing but pennies. When I leave the stage, they never forget me. Mansion was a glimpse of my life. I'll let you see what it's like to be in my head. People ask me what I think I'd be doing if it was in music. I'd rather be dead. You heard what I said? That was like me at a 3. You don't wanna see me at 10, or maybe you do. I promise if that is the case, and that is what you're gonna get. If you're looking for music with watered down lyrics, I promise that you need to go somewhere else. And if you want somebody to tell you everything that you wanna hear, I won't be any help. This flow's familiar, I think I heard it before. Yeah, I made it myself. I left the door open to come in my mansion, but I never said it's a beautiful house. Some of y'all sat on the porch, looked at my windows and stared at my door. They asked me if I'm gonna kill it, this record. I love in their face and I ask him, do you see the blood on the floor? He said it again, and if it's crazy, he's bad for the kids. He never talks about nothing but him. And my friends say he's kind of a D. Well, you need to get some new friends. I'm as shit as he gets, till I get on the stage and flip on the switch. And I go to a place where nobody is. If you bring up my name in a song, there's something that you will regret. When the line you hear, I remember the shows when no one was there. I remember the shows when nobody cared. Some people in front of me laughing like he isn't going nowhere. It's funny now, isn't it? This type of life isn't how I envisioned it. This type of life, it just ain't how I pictured it. I'm in the back of the tour bus trying to face to my family is different than what you think it is. Write a review, tell me what you think it is. Give me 3 stars and call me an idiot. But to be honest, it don't make a difference. I know some people don't get it, but you have no into the therapy session. If you don't like music that's personal, I have no clue what your people are doing and might as well throw out the record. I pull up a chair, I track to my music like nobody's there. Only person I judge is the one in the mirror. And lady, he ain't doing well. I don't need y'all in my ear. I'm tired of hearing it. You call it music, I call it my therapist. See people telling me I have been carrying way too much baggage, I need to take care of it. I know she's right, but man, it's embarrassing. Music has raised me more than my parents did. Take out a picture of us and I stare at it. Who am I kidding? You probably ain't hearing it. Show me an artist you wanna compare me with. You put us both on the track, I'ma bury him. Give me the shovel, it's about to get scarier. None of you wanted with right where you staring at. I see you got beats, but where are the lyrics at? And if it's the logo, you know I've been wearing that. Don't come to my show and be sitting there very bad. I call you out in the crowd like there he is. Thought I'd be happy, it feels like I'm cursed. It's hard to be clean when you play in the dirt. You gave me this place to go when I'm hurting. I thought it'd get better, but it's getting worse. And I got nobody to blame when I work. Like 24/7, I ain't been to church. And Satan keep calling me, he tryna flirt. I hang up the phone, these are more than just words. I drive on the highway and listen to Mansion. I look up to God like, when did this happen? Yelling with all of my fans to wake up. I feel like I haven't. I get emotional, I didn't plan this. I'm doing things I never imagined. I'm sorry, but I gotta leave. I don't wanna be late for my therapy session.
Oh, snap! Oh, guys, so many references. Oh my gosh, I gotta pull up the lyrics because okay, wow. Wow. I am glad you guys told me to check out some of his stuff in order because it all makes way more sense. I had listened to Intro 3 a while back before I listened to this, and now it makes even more sense. So many references. References to Mansion, references to Therapy Session, references to Intro 1, references to Wake Up, references to How Could You Leave Us, which is coming next. Stay tuned. I'm back. Did anyone miss me? And again, before I go into the lyrics, actually, rewind. His way of rapping, again, I've said it before, aggressive but in a passionate, awesome way. And I like that he keeps sticking true to himself, even though there's constantly that hate and the critique. Oh, if he's aggressive or if he's crazy, he's bad for the kids, which is something he talked about in Therapy Session. Talking about being late for therapy and what his therapist said. Reference to Therapy Session. Talking about the mansion being a picture into his house, but he never said it was a nice one, right? It was never said it was pretty. Reference to mansion, leaving, right? Reference to how could you leave us? And again, talking about that struggle between, man, this is not what I imagined, because now he's blown up, things have taken off, but there's that constant pressure of, can he do it again, right? Which is, it's crazy, right? When you're a producer, when you're trying to create, and I get that, and I'm not nowhere near on NF's level, but I get that, trying to create, to produce, do something right, but still be true to what you believe, to who you are, make good content that people like. And there's this tension between marketing matters, branding matters, right? If I just sat here, I don't know, all gross, you know what I mean? And just said blush, 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 blush. Then you'd be like, my views probably would not go up. People would be like, she crazy. Maybe they would go up because people want to watch crazy stuff. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I have to do something with branding, with quality, set things up to make it appealing. I have to do the work to bring you quality content. But at the same time, if I turn into fake and I just sell myself with that, people do that too to become famous and rich, then I'm not being true to myself anymore, right? When I share the things that I believe, or I touch on personal things, and I open my emotions to you, as I've said before, this is more than a reaction channel, even though I called it that because it makes for good, you remember it easy, it's easy to find, people know right away what this is about when they see the title. But I really don't want this just to be a reaction channel where you're watching me watch stuff. I want this to be a community where we're like friends, talking about these songs, exploring it, where you learn something. There's education, psychology, philosophy. It's substance. It's a musical stake. And so in order for me to brand myself, market myself well, grow as a channel, as a business, because, hey, I'm putting my work into this costs money, but then also be true to myself and my values, I got to find that balance and, wise as to what I say, how I say it, how much do I say in any aspect, right? And so, because everybody's different, right? Some people will be like, oh, blabble, blabble, and they don't get that this is a channel of substance. If you came for some superficial chick going, oh my gosh, and then just buy, subscribe, you're in the wrong place, right? If you don't dig substance and depth. Now, same goes though if I talk for 5 days. I can't blame people for being like, okay, wait a minute, you lost me. There needs to be balance. And so I appreciate how he's being honest about that pressure of people going, oh, can he do it again? And, oh, he's always talking about himself and the things that people assume. People are so quick to jump to conclusions. Yes, he talks about his life a lot. Yes, he talks about his experiences a lot. What else is he supposed to talk about? What else is he supposed to talk about? He can't talk about your experiences. Well, he does actually, because a lot of us can relate, but he doesn't know my story. He's not going to rap about Rosalie. He don't know who Rosalie is. But he raps about things he's experienced, and he raps about things that we can all relate to, which is why we love him. But of course he's going to rap about things that he experiences because it's his experience. That's the thing he's an expert on. And so, but he does it in a way that's not just talking about me, myself, and I. Anyways, it's relatable. So all these haters out there, they can go take a hike and fly a kite, whatever. But see me trying to rap. Take a hike, fly a kite, leave NF alone. Otherwise, you might. Yeah, I got lost. I'm back. Did anybody miss me? Fitting is now intro 2, second phase, right? Second album. I mean, not his second album, but the next big project. They say the second record can be tricky. Well, that's kind of funny because I'm not tripping. My fans, they know what it is and they with me. That's right. I ain't the type that's gone ride with the semi. I came from a town with 3 lights, ain't no city. Out there doing shows for nothing but pennies. When I leave the stage, they never forget me. So basically, like, he knows the struggle, but he also knows how to leave an impact. Mansion was a glimpse of my life. I'll let you see what it's like to be in my mind. And then he keeps talking about, that was like me at 3, you don't want to see me at 10. Or maybe you do. I promise if that is the case, then that is what y'all gonna get. Right? So talking about his growth, talking about what I performed, what I did was me at 3. Y'all can have me at a level 10. If you're looking for music with watered down lyrics, I promise that you need to go somewhere else. Yep, because he's for real. If you want somebody to tell you everything you want to hear, I won't be any help. This flow is familiar. I think I heard it before. Oh yeah, I made it myself. I left the door open. Interesting how he has these dialogues, conversations with himself when he talks to fear, when he talks to anger, when he talks about, this is familiar. Oh yeah, I did this. And then at the end, side note, before I forget, how he was shoveling. Also crazy reference when he's talking, when he's shoveling. Also crazy reference when he's burying. I tell you, I cannot figure that word properly. I cannot figure it out properly. Burying fear. So that was funny how he ended that. Funny now, isn't it? This type of life isn't how I envisioned it. This type of life, it just ain't how I pictured it. And then talking about the tour bus and just that struggle. Thought I'd be happy. Feels like I'm cursed. It's hard to be clean when you play in the dirt. Snap. So good. And I think I see what he means there. And I'm interpreting it my way. You may know more based on interviews and all the other songs you've already listened to. But I feel like when you are blessed, there's a scripture that says, to whom has been given, much is required. When you have a lot of gifts, when you have a lot of resources, when you have a lot of abilities, there's a lot required of you, right? That's why, and that's another verse, the teacher will be judged twice as hard. That's why it's important when you have a platform. And that doesn't just mean social media platform. That means your family, your friends, your circle, your impact. Okay? We have to take that with a level of reverence and seriousness with what we say and do. We live in a world where it's so quick, so easy to spit trash, and you can have millions of followers, and you can mislead millions of people who will go, "Oh yay, yes, this is great," and it's like this person has a mental illness, and nobody's gonna say anything about this. She's trying to be a lamp. I mean, what would y'all do, right? Most of y'all, I think, are fairly sane. So if I came out today and I'm like, so I'm a lamp today. That was my switch. You'd be like, are you okay, Rosalie? Like, what's going on? Unless I was joking, right? But nowadays, there's so many things people are doing and saying, making videos, viral videos, where they have mental illnesses. Something is not right. What is unhealthy is called healthy. What is upside down is backwards. People projecting their insecurities, looking for ways to externally fix it, blaming others if they don't want to abide, right, by their insecurities. Like, just lack of boundaries, lack of sanity, lack of just blah, blah, blah. Lots of craziness. And millions will follow. Millions will applaud it. And yes, there's also millions that will go, are you guys okay? This is cuckoo. But that's what the world we live in. Right? The new currency, where it used to be oil, it's attention, it's views. That's the currency. If you can tap into a lot of followers, a lot of listeners, you tapped into the source. And the problem is that means responsibility. And many people don't get it. They don't respect it. They don't take it serious. They'll do whatever just for views and money. We have a responsibility with what we do. Again, you don't have to be a big YouTuber to have an impact. You can make a difference in the world, in your family, with your friends, what you say to the person picking up your kid, what you say to the lady at the cash register. Every one of us has an impact, even if it's one person. And we have a responsibility. To whom much is given, much is required. So in a way, him saying, again, my interpretation, I thought I'd be happy. I feel like I'm cursed. I wonder if this is this idea of, like with that fame, with the growth, with doing well successfully with your music. Though you may think you're going to be happy, it sometimes may also feel like a curse because it's this huge responsibility. You get all this hate from people. It's hard to be clean when you play in the dirt, right? The music industry is full of dirt. Trying to make a difference in this world, you're going to get dirty. It gets messy out there. And that's hard. That's really, really hard. And so it's hard to be clean. It's hard to stay focused. It's hard to stick to your values when you're surrounded by craziness and dirt. And then it's even fitting when he sings about, raps about, Satan calling and him having to hang up the phone. This concept of temptation, darkness is trying to call, and I have to keep deciding to say no. And I'm sure there's temptation out there. He's famous, right? He's this artist now who has millions of views. He's going to have to do the work to be faithful to his family, faithful to if he's married, to his wife, to choose a life, to make the right decisions. Because the bigger you become, the more there's opportunities for other temptations. The more there's opportunities. Well, why don't you do this deal? Why don't you rap about this? Hey, you could become even bigger if you, started dressing this way, or you promoted this brand. Hey, there's all these females going, oh my gosh, an F, right? There's this temptation in all kinds of ways where Satan keeps calling and you got to keep deciding, nope, not going to do this. Not today, Satan. It takes a lot of strength. It takes integrity. I drive on the highway and listen to Mansion. I look up to God like, when did this happen? Yelling with all of my fans to wake up. Interesting reference to wake up, but feel like I haven't. Dang. And the honesty here, dude. The honesty to be like, I'm telling other people to do this, feel like I haven't. I get emotional. I didn't plan this. I'm doing things I never imagined. I'm sorry, but I got to leave. I don't want to be late for my therapy session. That too, reference to therapy session, but also such a powerful statement that as he's growing, as he's sharing this journey with us, as he's growing, he keeps going to therapy. That's a powerful message, and I love that. Ending on that note of like, excuse me, I'm out. I got to go to therapy. And I think that is a testament to, and probably is what's going to keep him going and stay true on the narrow path, the staying true to himself, staying true to what he stands for, by having people that he can be accountable with. That's key. Whenever you, in any circle, again, it doesn't have to be a big impact. You don't have to have millions of followers. In any setting, we need accountability. We need people. We need friends. We need a community. And we need therapy. There's no shame in therapy. Even therapists need therapy. We need each other and a place to go, okay, I got to check in, So my encouragement would be that. Find a community if you haven't already. Be accountable. Find somebody you can trust. Get some counseling. Find some support. Because, none of us were supposed to do this thing called life by ourselves. This is just dope. Man, NF is just dope. The next thing I'm going to be listening to is How Could You Leave Us? And I'm excited about that one, so stay tuned. As always, like, share, subscribe. Check the links below for ways to support and say thanks. I hope you enjoyed this ride. Till next time, ayo!